This is one of the most controversial topics in all of psychology, and today, we are going to dive deep into it. I tried 7 innovative healing techniques for my trauma, and here's what happened. No. 1. EMDR therapy. Eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing, otherwise known as EMDR, has gained significant attention as a potential breakthrough in trauma therapy. This method encourages individuals to tune into their bodily sensations and emotions related to past experiences. By doing so, they can release trapped energy and tension, reduce hyperarousal, and develop a deeper sense of safety and grounding. These techniques are based on the idea that our thoughts, our language, and our actions are all connected, and that by changing the way that we think and use language, brain spotting is a therapeutic technique that was developed by David Grand in 2003. It is a form of eye movement, desensitization 7, CBT. Please let me know in the comments below what your experience has been with these different methods. Thank you for watching, and take care. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a widely used and evidence-based form of psychotherapy that helps individuals identify and change negative thought patterns and behaviors that contribute to emotional distress and mental health problems. CBT is based on the belief that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all interconnected, and that by changing our thoughts, we can change our feelings and behaviors. In CBT, a therapist works collaboratively with a client to identify negative or distorted thoughts that may be contributing to their emotional distress. Once these thoughts have been identified, the therapist will work with the client to challenge the validity of these thoughts and replace them with more positive and adaptive thoughts. CBT is often used to treat a variety of mental health conditions, including depression, anxiety, PTSD, and eating disorders. It's a short-term, goal-oriented form of therapy that can help individuals learn how to manage their symptoms and improve their quality of life. And reprocessing, or EMDR, that focuses on identifying and healing from traumatic brain spots. These are areas of the brain that become stuck or frozen due to a traumatic event and can cause negative emotions and behaviors. Through a combination of eye movements, focusing, and tapping, brain spotting helps to unlock these frozen areas of the brain and allow for the release of pent-up emotions and energy. This can lead to a reduction in trauma symptoms, improved emotional regulation, and a greater sense of well-being. Brain spotting has been shown to be effective in treating a variety of mental health conditions, including PTSD, anxiety, and depression. It is a non-invasive and non-drug-based approach that can help individuals heal from their past and move forward in their lives. Number 6. Inner child work. Working with my inner child has been incredibly healing for me. It's helped me to feel more connected to my true, authentic self, and has allowed me to express myself more freely through this work. I've learned to acknowledge and validate my inner child's feelings and needs, and have created a safe and nurturing inner environment for her to thrive. I've also started to set healthy boundaries and communicate my needs more effectively. Overall, working with my inner child has been a deeply transformative experience that has helped me to become more whole and integrated. It can change the way that we feel and behave. NLP has been used to help people with a variety of issues, including anxiety, depression, phobias, and trauma. In trauma therapy, NLP techniques are used to help people process and overcome their traumatic experiences. One example of an NLP technique that is used in trauma therapy is anchoring. Anchoring is a technique that is used to connect a positive feeling to a negative memory. For example, if someone has a traumatic memory of being in a car accident, an NLP therapist might help them to anchor the memory to a positive feeling such as safety or security. Another NLP technique that is used in trauma therapy is reframing. Reframing is a technique that is used to change the way that someone thinks about a situation. For example, if someone has a traumatic memory of being attacked, an NLP therapist might help them to reframe the memory as a story of survival rather than victimization. I actually got trained in NLP for trauma therapy, and I've been using some of these techniques with my clients, and I've seen really good results. So I definitely think that NLP is a valuable tool for trauma therapy, and I would recommend it to anyone who is interested in learning more about it. If you want to learn more about NLP, I highly recommend checking out the work of Dr. Richard Bandler and John Grinder. They are the founders of NLP, and they have written extensively on the topic. Through gentle movements, mindfulness practices, and self-regulation techniques, Somatic experiencing empowers individuals to reclaim their lives and find inner strength and resilience. So this was actually an exercise that I did on my own through an online course. I'm actually planning to do another video about this whole experience because I found it quite intense. But overall, I would say that somatic experiencing really helped me to feel more connected to my body and to understand that my physical sensations and my emotions are connected. I found that doing this kind of practice regularly can really help me to stay grounded and present. But I also noticed that sometimes it can bring up a lot of emotions and sensations that I need to process through talk therapy as well. So I think that the combination of both body-based work and talk therapy is really powerful. And this is something that I often recommend to my clients as well. Developed by Dr. Francine Shapiro in 1989, EMDR involves bilateral stimulation, which can be done through eye movements, sounds, or taps, while the client processes traumatic memories. Developed by Dr. Emily Ogden. Sensory motor psychotherapy is a trauma-informed approach that integrates body-based and talk therapies. It recognizes the profound impact of trauma on the mind-body connection and aims to heal both the body and psyche through a combination of mindfulness, body awareness, and emotional processing. Sensory motor therapy helps individuals experiencing PTSD symptoms, anxiety, and emotional dysregulation to regain a sense of safety, connection, and empowerment in their lives. This was another form of therapy that I tried on my own, and I'll talk about it more in depth in the next video. Overall, I would say that it was really helpful for me to feel more connected to my body and to learn how to use my body's wisdom to guide me towards healing. I also found that doing this kind of work really helped me to feel more grounded and present in my daily life. But I also noticed that sometimes it can bring up a lot of emotions and sensations that I need to process through talk therapy as well. So I think that the combination of both body-based work and talk therapy is really powerful. And this is something that I often recommend to my clients as well. The idea is that these rhythmic stimulations activate a natural healing process in the brain, allowing distressing memories to be transformed and integrated into one's life story without causing further harm. EMDR has shown promise in helping individuals overcome post-traumatic stress, anxiety, and emotional distress related to traumatic experiences. However, it's important to note that EMDR is a complex therapy that should be conducted by a trained and certified EMDR therapist. As with any therapy, finding the right therapist and building a strong therapeutic relationship is crucial for its success. So my experience with this was very interesting. It was definitely something new. We did some bilateral stimulation through eye movements, and I did notice that I was able to access a lot of memories that I have not been able to access before. Some were really distressing, and I found myself feeling very overwhelmed and having a lot of sensory flooding, so we had to stop. But overall, I did feel like it was a good experience. There were some follow-up exercises that I needed to do between sessions, and I felt like when I went back to my therapist with those experiences, she was very surprised by how much had come up. So I would say overall that EMDR was helpful, but definitely something that needs to be done slowly and gradually and with a lot of preparation, especially if you have a lot of trauma to process. I definitely don't think that it's a quick fix. It's more of a long-term thing, and it can be intense. So just go at your own pace and make sure that you have support around you. No. 2. Somatic experiencing. Peter Levine's somatic experiencing approach emphasizes the interconnectedness of our body and mind in healing from trauma. Number 3. Sensory motor psychotherapy. Number 4. Neuro-linguistic programming. NLP is a set of techniques that are used to change the way that people think and behave. Number 5. Brain spotting. And no, I hope that this video has been helpful to you.